Kinetic Carl here. Just outside my super secret Kinetic Lab of Wonders. Oh, Hansel, pardon the sec here. Can't do that one. Let's do those. We'll fix the stereo so we don't get copyright kicked or whatever they call that. Just that goes. All right. Knocked over by drinking water. Didn't spill too much of it. All right, now behave. Try to set up a tripod with one hand on a bench that's got a lot of junk on it. I didn't think about it. All right, sorry about that. There you go. Here's where you're going to hang out for a while. It's something I built. This is a wireless charger. I'm just going to slip you into this little bracket I made that allows me to set the phone. I'm just going to turn you around 180 because I don't want to do the other way around. So now I'm just going to guess if I got the camera angle right. And you're going to hang out with me in my super secret Kinetic Lab of Wonders. Let's see, where is that camera? There it is. I found you. All right, and so, yeah, it's been a while. I've been being treated with mustache removal, eyebrow removal juice for, gosh, months and months now. Just got results back on my, I haven't read the whole thing, my medical, I just had a CT scan where I drank the barium juice, and they didn't bury me. I mean, they buried me, but they didn't bury me. Anyhow, so welcome to the Kinetic shop here. I think I'm just going to pan this around and kind of get lucky with my camera angle maybe. I think I'll just sneak around the bench here and see how it looks. We got enough room for old Carl in here. Yeah, not too bad. Let's give you more of the sculpture. You need to see me walking by. So do a little clearing in here because I think I'm going to bring yet more stuff in this shop. Next door is the Mission, which the Mission is there's a red Kinetic sculpture, the winged sculpture. Looks like something I built, but I didn't build it. It ended up spending a few years here hiding out because it didn't have a museum to be in anymore. So it got removed. Yeah. We'll just put the ladder here for now. Okay. Yeah, she's up on blocks. Well, not bad for just sitting there. There's one little rough spot on the rotor. I think you can hear it go by, or you can see it stop the wheel turning. But this is my leakiest tire. Geez, I don't know, it's been months. But it's got, what you call it, tire slime. They all have tire slime. So I found there's, wherever it wets, I kind of get that at the bottom and I work that tire slime back and forth. And that just means if it's coming out, it needs more to come in behind it to finally fill the, when enough leaks out, it slowly chokes off the leak. This sidewall was just where that H, it just blew white right off because the water was coming out. Yeah. But these are used sprint car tires put on Ford Ranger wheels, steel wheels that I cut in half. Cut cut the wheel in half, take the 2 halves, separate them, put a steel drum around it, and then put it on a welding lathe, which is just, it's a stand. And it allows me to get all 3 pieces together and true, and then weld them. And yeah, a lot of welding. This one is my Estes tire. It's still, it's been a while, and it's still got a beach ball ring to it. Actually, let's see how good did that turn. Oh yeah, the other wheel's spinning the opposite way right now. I'm just gonna go around, probably turn the camera a little bit. You're just gonna have to look at me through the Kinetic sculpture here. That's too much light coming in like that. Alright, so see the front. Ooh, front looks pretty good. We're not really in a trash can, are we? No, not too bad. Oh yeah. Holding air. Yeah, I just have really one tire front left right where I sit, so when I can monitor it from right where I'm at. Every time I get on the machine, I'll know. Yeah, for some reason this one's just a slow fixer. I've never had them take so long. I think it may be that I gotta let all the air out of the tire and somehow wash the inside of the tire out, including the rim. I think it may be contaminated. I don't know if there's a way to do that without taking it apart. I don't want to really take them apart. They're a workout, and I'm not that guy anymore. You know. Yeah, let's see. So right in there. Yeah, that's I got it. Can't really get up there and pedal much. Plus, it kind of hurts to sit on that seat with my situation. But yeah, you just. Now that's turning the transmission right there. Let's see. This should be like a normal over gear. Find it. What I'll do is there's a little cheater you can do. Instead of shifting from here, we still come here to shift, but we go back here first and set the shift up. No, I did say, yeah, I said set the shift up. Okay, so I'm just aligning the top dogs, and then, oh, the wheels in the air. Yes, I should be able to. Oh, maybe I line up the bottom dogs first, then pedal to get the tops. And there we go. So now all that slides is lined up to slide together with all that slides on the other, and they kind of do that. And that's how you get that ability to turn something with those fingers. So now watch when I pedal, or actually first I'm gonna hit the shifter. That'll push everything over. Then this will just right here should do everything over here. Do it forward drive. And there. So I just put the front axle in forward drive mode. So now if I pedal, this should make every wheel turn. That's sweet. You can do that from anywhere really. guy's in the tall gear. Wow, so is this one. They're all in kind of, oh, this one, oh, the secondary's off. See if I can get it on. So the primary on the way I do my bikes, my kinetic sculptures anyway, the bicycle's main chain, you know, the first chain it ever had as a bicycle, I call that the primary. And then the secondary is the secondary chain is the thing that's driven by the primary, and it then delivers power, you know, to the driven, which is on the big jack shaft down the center, and all the bikes contribute to the driven. I gotta somehow get their tensions off and get the chain on. There's probably a tooth that got ran into by somebody putting a toolbox up here, and then the toolbox jumps the fence. We've had that happen on really bad bounces, and nobody's aware until the toolbox slides into things. So I built a little better. Okay, so now I don't know why that one came off. That guy's also in kind of a high gear. Ooh, this looks like it's higher yet. Yeah. You got the idea. I gotta get my water after all that. So off to the side this let's just guess on the camera angle. I'm not guessing anymore. I stepped in behind. This is my little red moped. It's sitting in the shop next to the Who's Your Daddy. People are probably wondering, what's that red thing? Well, it's a moped, it's a trike. It's not the little red winged thing that we're gonna move, although it looks like it could be its cousin. Let me, hook up light in the other room. Oh, we're not powered up. Yeah, this is really good content here. Super unedited, just straight kinetic Carl from this super secret kinetic lab of wonders. Okay, so let's go, we're done kind of showing off what that Who's Your Daddy can do. Got a little grease on me. Just, actually, you know what, before I handle the phone, let's see if I've got something to clean it up with. Where are you? really good content here. I forgot where I left the camera aiming. But yeah, I'm trying to find something to get. Oh well, I got a little grease off my fingers. There's not any kind of rags around here. Like, I haven't been working in my shop. Oh, news up. Yeah, I haven't. Okay, so that's a little red moped. Back here is one of the Kinetic sculpture rescues. I'm a temporary custodian of, and there it is. So I gotta drag the air compressor from in the house out here and try fleeting some tires. Then there's this lathe and a bunch of steel pipe from moving heavy things around. So I got a little shop clearing to do in here. Maybe I'll perch the camera and you guys can watch me. Here, this is gonna be one long camera view for a moment. I'll get you plugged in, and I'm gonna unplug here. We're gonna move all that struggle and strife with the water containers. And now what am I doing? I'm putting the camera back here. Nice stack of tires there. Perfect. Are we powering? Yeah, we need to bring an outlet strip out here. We'll even you up. Yeah, look at that, all that guff. All right, let's see, we'll start with a more flourish look because that's the guff I'm going to start with so I don't trip and die. Oh, who put all this stuff way down there low like that? Really? Okay. Oh. No wonder. So yeah, screen there, even some truck, what is it? Jack stands, those unsafe ones that you don't want to jack up a real car in because they'll just up and explode on you if you don't have the tension on the legs exactly even. One or two legs is up in the air, they'll fold on you, and they just, you know, they do it rather quickly and there's no forgiveness. Here's a template for something curved. Oh boy. So the lighting in here is actually, that's a LED, it's a colored LED. I think it says yellow, but I think it's even more green than yellow, but it's probably because everything in here is brown, and I think when you get yellow and brown together, you get kind of something that might resemble green. I've got plans for that. If I can find a, actually, let me put this out. There's a collection of these. Be right back. Too many things at a time, you end up dropping some stuff. All right, we're almost unburied. This is a folder, which will be handy to. Okay, so take a moment. Let's see here. See if we can do this. I don't remember. Let's see, which way is it? Button there, so turn it this way. Camera's on the bottom corner. Hopefully I didn't just totally flip out my video. Things are looking right side up. So back out of here, we're gonna go fetch the air compressor, which is, I think, there it is. Compressor. Oh. I think I got lucky. One more loop. Okay, here goes. Probably have to take it in stages. So Choochie, he loves camping on the vent when it's on autopilot, you know, just a little pilot light. It just warms his butt. Put anything plastic on there, the thin plastic things will eventually I'm not sure if they melt or if they dry out, but they end up, yeah, you don't want trash bags or those lightweight shopping bags landing on that thing while it's hot. It's not good. Not bad. I think I'll make it. Kind of got the weight on my elbow and then resting my elbow on my hip. I feel it in my arm. Oh yeah. Oh. Go a little further because we're going to rearrange the door. Whew. See if we got the room. Oh yeah. Whew. All right. Oop, here, we'll leave that open. Whew. Mandatory break. Oh yeah. All right. So, oops. See how I'm gonna have to hold on with this hand, I guess. All right, so just gonna take a chance that I've got the camera angle right and light isn't washing on the lens. So yeah, get winded carrying an air compressor, but I'm not dead yet. I just know when I need to take a break, I take a break. Kind of getting a xylophone project, it's light tinkering. I don't think I need to do any welding. If I do, I'll borrow a welder. But yeah, I got this keyboard upstairs from an old reed organ that died. It just stood no chance. And yeah, I think that's what it's from. It's either that or it's one of the first electronics. It may be, actually I might be wrong. Yeah, I think it is. I think these levers actually worked some variable capacitance switching, which allowed them to, do like when you press the key down fast or you press it down slow. So yeah, they're there. They're both equal lengths, but they're on two racks. I don't know if I should have brought a light. Oop, I'm looking. That was me. There they are. They're showing up, one on top of the other. I think this one's the better candidate for taking downstairs because it doesn't have those two big legs on it. But you see those ends on there. I think I can connect really lightweight strut material and using some I have lots of bits and pieces of pipe around here. Might put together see if I can make a xylophone with this and some pipe. I think that's what they call it. Anyhow, yeah, that's look at all that. It's been on the top. Or no, this one was on top. Oof, these steps are, look at that. Crazy. Yeah. And then cancer leaves me kind of tippy. I'm just gonna put this outside where I remember to dust it off and take it in the house and plan. Oh, the trailer, that's right. I keep thinking I'll set it on the trailer outside. There was for the longest time, a trailer parked right there, but we managed to find it a new home. Yeah, here, we'll park it right there. Perfect place to brush it off. Anyhow, yeah, that'll be a fair amount of tubes. So what do you say we try to slide the door open next, huh? Maybe slurp some water. Sit and slurp. will sit here, slurp. We'll then put the, now that I made a little room, we just got to find power. I think that has a cord long enough to reach. All right, slurp. Let's see. I put this thing right in the room, just right in the room. Oh, she's a heavy gal. A knob or something. Ooh, interesting. Oh, a bit of lighting. That's trash. That's off the old alien spaceship. A bit of somebody else's cut plastic that was buried in the machine. And when we were digging around remodifying stuff, we discovered their little hidden treat in the frame of the Kinetic sculpture. That was kind of funny. Let's see, I think the cord might reach. Don't need an extension cord. Okay. This will probably be, oh, that's a, what do you say my chances are? Do I have an air fitting on there? No, I don't. Let's get that. Where did I park that? I think, oh, I had it somewhere right. Oh, heck, I can't remember. If you see it, yell. We're looking for the, it's a little shorty. It's a clips on to, would I bring it with me when I went? I thought I left one here. Shooting tires. What the heck? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it was there was a spool with air, and then that was all part of John's air compressor stuff. Really great having it, but now that it's gone, it just like, oh shoot, that was part of that. So now I got to come up with something, which I think is hiding in the house. So let's go back. A little quick tour of my Kinetic lab. It's gonna go bright. I'll turn the camera down just so there's time to react. Yeah, there we go. Okay, remember, we're looking for the box with all the air chuck stuff. It's a little plastic gray box. Don't get distracted going through a door. Air chuck tools. They should be. There they are. I see them. Okay. I've got them in my mitt. Okay. Now we're ready to do some loud noise air compressor scene. Oh, yelly. Right on. Okay, so it was where the air compressor was. I mean, they usually move as a pair. This box and the box I just hauled from the dining room to the. Oh, come on, it's strong. One-handed work here. Okay, there's an air gun. There we are. This guy clips on. It's got a little doodah. hold it on. So these tires take a while, so you don't have to bust a wrist just trying to inflate something. Hopefully this doesn't take like a long reach. Let's see here. I'm gonna set you down a sec. It'll be dark for just a sec whilst I set up some auxiliary lighting. Okay, oops, fingers on the lens. Let's see, this corner. Hopefully that'll, yeah, some people just got headaches, probably from me flipping the camera around. All right, so now I'm gonna try to single-handedly connect, no. Okay, say the words connect, and then, oh boy. Yeah, hang on, you're just gonna have to hang on. It'll be dark for a sec. You're staring at a tire. I just set you down on a tire so I can use two hands. Wow, okay. That's the same kind of, oh, there it goes. Second time it went. It must have been a stuck ball. Okay, not too noisy. Just gonna hook up the air and then, okay, so you're back on. So that thing, I just clicked it on there. Let's see, are we taking air or are we just pissing it? Oh, that, yeah. Maybe a lost cause. It's a slow compressor. Okay, it's not high volume. It's actually a medical device that it seems to. Wow. Yeah, I think it's done. I'm sure that's cracked through. That's not just an inner long tube. I don't think they inner tubed it either. So it is what it is. Wow, that sucks. Okay. All right, we're gonna turn that off since that's a waste of time. Yeah. So that's gonna really kind of put a damper on action here. Oh yeah, getting old. The floor is way down there when you're old like me. Okay, so back in the tripod. Oh. That was me attempting to open that sliding door, but I gotta have help. I just haven't got the Oftos anymore. I'll just break spots across my body. Try to succeed in moving. I'm gonna open up the other door. I'll be back here in a sec. It'll just be off camera. You'll hear me putzing around. Clearly, this layer getting it past that first couple inches. It's still not open all the way. So that's why the flatbar hangs out over here. All right, enough of that. Okay, so here's what I just did. That's Big John's lathe. Now we got a little movement room. I'm not gonna bring it out here, but I mean, it'll allow the lathe to swing anyway. So that storage unit door can slide open a little more, a couple feet. We're not done. And then of course I opened up the main shop with the Who's Your Daddy in it. Love my use of PEX tube. And what is all that red? Well, there's a couple things going on here. This hoop is just kind of makes a beautiful, I don't know, it keeps the tubes when this steers radically in the water, the tubes won't be flailing around and catching on stuff. It just keeps them in control. And two of these are for the steering, and one of them is for the water drive to engage the water drive, which I think is that guy right there. And then the two steering basically go right here to this pulley system, which is kind of wacky looking, but trust me, it works. The cable stays, go into it, turn in around those pulleys. Then it connects to a chain, which is actually what steers. So this doesn't go completely around, it just steers enough that it can steer the prop, and then this is actually shooting through the center of all that and carries the power to the prop down there. And actually this is the reverser, now that I think about it. That's so you can make the blade go backward, and that the actual engage clutch for the water drive is right back here. And there's little knobs, pins that find, when this plate right here, this can rotate. It's following the main jack shaft. There's a bit of square on square, and this is actually floating in here. It can't turn, but it can float this to and fro, and it stays oriented to whatever the jack shaft is doing. And that's how 10 bicycle pilots can turn this chain, which that's just the lift chain. That's not a gear ratio change. That's the way this whole thing swings out of the way. I'll explain that in a minute. Follow this shaft, that's the power to the blade. Comes out into this right angle gear, goes down and into the regular, outboard motor type thing. But you'll notice the blade is off, kind of jacked to the side and everything, right? Well, that's because we have to go through on the trail. There's a ditch that you go down inside of and back out of, and our machine is long enough that we can hit, when we come down that first slope, we hit ground because the paddle wheel drive stuck out. I mean, it came up high, but it wasn't high enough. So we had a paddle wheel for about 5 years back here. And then about, I don't know, many years ago, 2013, I think we went to a propeller drive. I can't remember now. I have to look at all the, because I think the year we aced was 18. Oh, I have my numbers wrong. The year we aced was 18, and we killed the paddle wheel that year in the water the third water crossing. It was dying, but we drove that water crossing, so it wasn't really that big a deal. The beauty of the Hoosier Daddy is it can go right in the water, all-wheel drive, and I think we could actually drive into a whole lake without water. If you had it oiled up good and the pilots are all ready to go swimming, this thing I think would just stay on the bottom of a lake and kind of trottle along. I don't think it has enough buoyancy from those wheels to hold it, and it might get a little light in the water when nobody's on it, or buoyant, but I would more likely say that it would just keep going to the bottom. It's 900 pounds on that front axle when I weighed it last, and 650 on the rear axle. So yeah, she's big. I actually know where I could take her to scales. I just got to convince the guy to let me do it. It's the same place we use at Roy's Auto Center to weigh vehicles when they're required to be weighed. So yeah, here he's had his back turned to us the whole time. The steering's straight, so he should be looking forward, or at least out to the right. There we go. See if he's still got juice. I think that's it. And I think he's going to say something in a little bit here now when I stop pressing his buttons. When he talks, that means he's getting ready to shut. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Scare you later. Yeah, so he just shut down automatically. But yeah, that's the water drive. And oh, who controls all that? All those, those cables that go through that beautiful red PEX. Well, let's follow that system. So 2 of these are the steering, like I say. So 2 will take the same path. One's gonna vary. So here, a couple of them change cables, just because the type of cable I wanted in the housing, I wanted a larger diameter so it doesn't saw. And then I use a lighter diameter out here in the open. So that one by itself is the brake, the reverser. These 2 by themselves now, just the steel cable. That's steering. And you'll see it's not red tube anymore. This is earlier in the game. I had lots of white too. So you'll see white tubes on this. But then goes all the way up here to the front, goes to a pulley. It actually is wrapped around the pulley once and then comes off. So it's completely around the pulley. There's a clamp on this. Where is that clamp? Oh, the clamp is right in the center here, actually. now that I think about it. And the clamp, you'll run out of steer before you hit the clamp, you know, but it keeps the cable from slipping around the pulley, so the handlebars always point the way the propeller is pointing. So that's how you steer the propeller, is with those handlebars. To raise and lower the propeller is this hand crank right here. See if I can do this one-handed. Which way do you want to go? Okay, so I just released the catchy-do. So I'm gonna try to hold you still so I don't shake the camera, because I gotta let go of that handle. It's gonna come flying around. There we are. So you see the propeller going down just behind that orange flag. That orange flag's in a bad spot, but there it's raising back up. I like it right about there, and then lock it again. Make sure it's locked. There you go. Yeah, that's the lock. And this is where flotation triangles attach for the front. That's just an anti, you know, so you bonk into it, you don't hurt yourself too bad. And that's, of course, the co-pilot pedal. Oh, they're in a high gear. Let's see. Yeah, real tall gear. There it goes. I got it. But that goes just like the driver's side. This is the primary. And then the secondary goes on a sprocket coming off of the hub. Normally there'd be a disc brake over here, but I've got another sprocket, and that's actually outgoing power. So it's pulling this top chain here. The one in this tube is on a pull, and this one here is in slack when the guy is pedaling. Now the thing is though, when he stops pedaling, there's no freewheels down on the main jack shaft. That's the one thing I really wish I had, was some way of doing freewheels on all these jack hubs. That would really be more weight, but then when somebody stops pedaling, there won't be the secondary chain keeps pedaling or turning, and you have to manage that chain, which behaves differently than a chain going the other way. So I use chain tube, and I also use like this reverser network. See if I get my camera on it. There's two different bikes here now, so don't get them confused. I've got one right here in front of us. This is just your standard loop. See, it's going around the outside of the driver sprocket. Or no, that's an idler. It's going around the driver sprocket. Man, I can't. I need to take my sunglasses off. There we go. Oh, look how much brighter it is. That was dumb. I was wondering why everything seemed dark. You get old, things happen. Okay, looks like I touched the lens here, so let me just make sure that's off of there. So this actually is the reverser side. So here's the driving sprocket. This is, you know, normally there'd be bicycle spokes coming off, and this would be actually a disc brake hub or disc brake on here. Well, I've taken and put a sprocket on where you'd bolt a disc brake. I just bolted a sprocket, and now this chain's in tension, and all this returning chain comes off of the jack shaft. This is what I call returning chain, and it goes all the way up over and around. So now what I've got is I've got the outside of the chain loop is going around this sprocket instead of the inside. You see that? See how it's a up and over kind of thing there? That's how you reverse, because you see the chains going zigzag. Now on the other hand, look at this one. See if I can get in there. Got a cable I didn't see. Okay, so this one on this side, you know what? We'll go to the other side. We're gonna hop out, go around. It's on the other side of the bike frame, so I would be looking through a bike frame to have to see it. So on this one, this is a normal loop. Everything, all the sprockets are on the inside of the loop of chain. Here's the driving. This is the chain under tension right here. That's the driven sprocket. And then there's an idler in the middle with springs, you know, on it, so that anytime the chain goes slack, this basically pulls this way. Then I have some tie wire here just as a stabilizer so that when it moves in a rocking shape, a predictable, you know, thing, so it's not just flapping in the breeze. That works really well. Tie wire is amazing. You can save a lot of weight and structure by just using tie wire. A lot of the tension, you'll see, like I take it through and wrap it around like a, you know, kind of like a leg strap or something. I don't know what you call that, but you go around enough times, and then you grab, by the time you get to something you can grab onto, then all this helps to not put any stress on, undue stress on the thing you grabbed onto. It just, yeah, and then that stays, and voila. Oh yeah, this guy's in a tall gear too, so I'm gonna try to turn it for you. I'll try to run the reverser one too, but maybe I'll have to, I'm gonna set the camera down and put this guy in just manually drop it into a lower gear. He's on the big ring on the front, and I just can't make that happen. If that helps. And then the big ring in the back. So small ring in front, now big ring in back. So there we go. So now maybe I can one-handedly turn this whole rig. Yeah, it's still, yeah, this is this is one of those hubs that doesn't have the super large sprocket back there, which sucks. Yeah. So anyhow, you get the idea. And then in the center here is a rack. That's all my float, well, a good chunk of the float gear. Another part of the float gear is hidden here on the back of the sculpture. These ends here, these are actually pieces that are hung on the sculpture. The bungee cord helps to keep them where they're at. And there's the oars, there's the jack. Yeah, it's just kind of self-contained. Here's more float arms. They're tied down too. And those float arms all go down the side and kind of create these outriggers for the pontoons to hide on. It works really well. It's a super solid. We were in the water with one of the fancier yachts came plowing up beside us and intentionally gave us this nice washy wave, and it just rolled right over. I mean, the sculpture just stayed flat, but the water just rolled right over the pontoons and kind of kept on going. It really didn't pick us up and scoot us around in the water at all. And he took off kind of with a flourish too, which just pretty much didn't, you know, the flourish of water was right in here. He just, you know, right when he just gunned it, kind of, but yeah, he pulled up on this side of us. I remember because I looked right in his window. Yeah, the antics in the water. She's not super fast in the water, but she gets where you want to go. And for 10 people, I think it's pretty amazing. Never actually won a first, second, or third in engineering. I have won awards from the engineering department, but they're not first, second, or third. They're, what is it, most improved. And did I get you, Clever Rascal? Oh geez, I can't remember what they were. But yeah, the year we aced, I got the most improved award. That was my engineering award for that year. All are, you know, I think it's funny when they say most improved, because we really, not a whole lot has changed on the sculpture. There's been some refinements, but what usually would get us in the past would be a leak on these tires. and having to deal with it on the roadside. Some of the leaks were, I just stuck a tire yarn in it, or maybe squirt some more tire slime in. Usually the yarns work pretty well in combination with the slime, but there's some things you just can't throw it's holding air better than it has in the past, so it's improving. Just gotta keep rolling it around every so often and let it try another spot. Oh, I'm gonna sit down. Oh, so yeah, we're gonna move a big lathe, but I've got my little, this is a 6-inch, and the one in the other room is a 9-inch. I've got an engine cherry picker in there. I think it's all set up to just hoist it in the air. So I'm just gonna slurp some water. Gotta get me more slurps out of that one. I got more slurps out here. Okay, so yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful air cleaner? Made by what? Ideal or whoever? Acme. I did have to make the flange. That I just used a washer and drilled 2 holes and then opened up the center of the washer. And then, yeah, that's galvanized pipe doing a 90 right there. I figured that would reflect, you know, and muffle right there. It does. It's still, you know, it's still got a bit of roar to it. I'm not going to try to start it up here now, but I'm going to continue on with our little project. I think I'll set you down in the tripod. I'll do a little more prep. Okay. Am I getting that? Goes this way. There we go. Jeez, I didn't have you slid in the track. Let's try that again.